Hello, and thank you for joining me. Today, I hope to present a very short video to show you how the MTO is finally beginning to transition to online capabilities for some of the record-keeping functions that we as carriers need to do. This short video will hopefully explain how you as a carrier can get access to your Level II CVOR immediately at no cost, how you can download the files into PDF or Excel where available, and how you can add users. When you first Google this, you got to look for the online portal, and you're going to come up with this page here, which is the login and register page. On the left, we've got the typical button where you can create an account or log in, depending on whether or not you've been there before. And on the right, we've got some information for the first-time users that you may need. You will find on here a form for how to add users or register or make some changes. You'll find it helpful when you're going to register the first time to have a copy of your existing Level II CVOR. The reason you want to do this is that email address that I have highlighted in the middle is the only one that you're going to be able to use to register initially. So if that email address is no longer active, or the person who is associated with that is not available right now, you're not going to be able to register. In order to update your information, you're going to have to make a filing using the form that's available at the link on the site. You can also add additional company representatives. So if you've got additional people in the office that you want to be able to access this information, you can use the form located here. Or if you use a third party such as a consultant to assist you in your CVOR management program, you can provide them access where you see my name on this page right here. Once it's done, you want to email it off to the address at the bottom of the page there, and that's the address you're going to send almost all of your inquiries related to CVOR issues. So once you've created your account, you come in, here's your landing page. This is where you're going to select your CVOR number. In the case of myself, where you'll see I've got multiple CVORs there, that's because I'm working with clients to support them in their CVOR management. More than likely, if you're a carrier, you're only going to see one. Going to make it pretty simple. You select the CVOR that you want, click the button, bada boom, here we are. We're now on our online carrier record. Your default landing page is your profile, and in your profile, you're going to see the information that you typically see in the top of your Level II CVOR report. You'll see that on this page I've highlighted a few areas that you want to check and validate and make sure are correct the first time you log in and periodically thereafter. Now, for privacy reasons, I have blanked out the specific information with respect to this client that I support, but you can see that they've got types of vehicles being operated, your corporate officers, your current annual travel, the number of trucks. All of these are important if you're going to make sure that you're maintaining your CVOR correctly and you're able to ensure that your scores are correct, because your mileage and the amount of trucks is really key determinant in establishing what your CVOR thresholds are going to be. So now that we're in, if we scroll down the profile page a little bit, this is where we're going to be able to search our events. So there's several different ways we can search events. You'll notice here I've currently got selected the event date. So in here you can look at the event date, or you can look at the event type, driver's license, vehicle license plate. So you can do a search on any records associated with your CVOR on any of those criteria. If we move over to the events jurisdiction, what that's going to do is it's going to be able to allow you to look at events that have happened just in Ontario or events that have been recorded on your CVOR anywhere. So if you're looking at jurisdictional challenges, you can look at one specific area. But realistically, most of us are going to be looking at this page, this part here, where I'm now going to do a quick video that's going to walk you through how we get the CVOR report to show us all the events that we typically see in our traditional CVOR. So you'll notice here that we're coming down. I'm going to show or unhide each of these elements here. And once you've done that, you'll notice that the event opportunities that we had at the top are no longer visible. That's because essentially you've selected everything. We're then going to come down to the date range. We're going to pick a 24-month period usually, because 24 months is a period of time that you've got your points on your CVOR. You're going to click the show report, or the blue button there, view history, excuse me. And I froze the report here because it's going to show, again, confidential information related to one of my clients. But after this, you're going to get a screen that is going to show you all of the traditional events that we see in a Level II CVOR. So the next thing we want to do is export. We want to get that report into a flat file hard copy. Well, we've got two particular styles of report that we can draw from this page. You'll notice I've got them circled in yellow down at the bottom, and it says Excel or PDF. The PDF is going to give you the traditional view where you see everything listed in date range order all the way down, summarized underneath conviction or inspection or collision. The Excel tab is interesting because you're going to download it. It's going to look, each event is going to take a single line on an Excel spreadsheet. It's quite a lengthy set of columns, as I'm sure you can appreciate because all the information's in there. But obviously you can manipulate that down to the information that you want. And that is nice when you're a larger carrier, or if you're trying to do a highlighting specific issues with respect to what's causing me challenges on my CVOR. Now there's one last thing that we need to look at, and that's our threshold scores. So those are where we're looking at what our overall threshold is, our safety scores, our inspection, conviction, and collisions. So you'll notice here that we have the top view that gives us the overall. And if you scroll down on this slide, you're going to see the individual component elements as we normally do on page 2 or 3 of our Level 2. You'll notice highlighted in the bottom right is the current availability to print here. Unfortunately, we're limited to just PDF, which is not optimal in my opinion, because the criteria here is actually one of the things I graph on a regular basis so that we can track carrier performance. So anyway, that's it. Quick, short, brief. Now you know how to do it. If you've got any questions, or you've got any comments, concerns about this video, if you liked it, you didn't like it, please feel free to send me a comment. I'm always interested in how I could improve. Thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed.